Hi, everybody. How's summer camp going? Remember tonight, the boys go to the boys' cabins, and the girls go to the girls' cabins. My name is Dan Clifford. I've been a friend of Casey's for 12 years now. And we met when I first came to the Bay Area 12 years ago. Became fast friends. We've had a lot in common. And when Casey offered me an opportunity to speak at his wedding, my first response was excitement and gratitude for being able to speak on behalf of Casey. But then fear struck. And fear struck me the way fear would strike, I think is the word. It struck me the way fear would strike a C student at Bellarmine who mistakenly signed up for Casey's AP Environmental Studies class. Because, as many of you probably know, Casey is the master at wedding speeches. He's the A-list speaker at pretty much everyone's wedding. He has spoken at a number of people's weddings who are here today. He spoke at my wedding with my wife Linda. He spoke at Ann Guy's wedding. He spoke at Mike Miller's wedding. I think he spoke at a lot of weddings. And he even gets people who don't even know him asking to speak at their wedding. I know people who have considered getting married that don't even like each other because they heard they might be able to speak at their wedding. So that's why I was a little bit nervous. I mean, Casey, hearing him speak is like hearing Martin Luther King and Jerry Seinfeld rolled into one. So when I thought about this, it was kind of like when Casey asked me about this, I kind of thought, this is like Steven Spielberg asking me, you know, I'm pulling together a group of friends, 100 friends and family. Can you pull together a short film for me? So, the first part of my role as speaker, I actually asked to go first today because there's a number of people that are going to be speaking after me. So my role is to set very, very low expectations for all the speeches going to come today. So I just have three important things you should know. Number one, none of the speakers here, at least on Casey's side, probably on both sides, none of the speakers have any wedding speaking education or certifications whatsoever. We did not hire speechwriters. We did not hire editors or speaking coaches. We're completely winging this. And we actually are. We had several months to prepare for this, but for some reason we didn't get to it until a few days ago. And so we've been frantically putting together our speech. And actually we've even been emailing back and forth with each other, kind of trading ideas and stuff. So I was saying, you know what? I want the Jerry Seinfeld analogy, and you can get the Colonel Sanders story. So that kind of thing's been going on a lot. So we have one request. Could you please not compare us to Casey? We're not as good looking as Casey. We're not as smart as Casey. We're not as funny as Casey. We're not Mr. Improv guy that can kind of improv our way through this. You know, a lot of us have notes. So anyway, are we agreed to that, at least for everybody? I hope. Great. All right. Casey does not agree, but we'll move on. So Casey is a true friend. And he's an exceptional person. And he really is. I spent some time thinking about this. And I felt this for years. He's an exceptional person. I took some time to think about, really, like, what is it that makes him exceptional? And he has a number of accomplishments. I'm not sure if it's the accomplishments alone that make him exceptional. I don't think it's just that. He's a great personality, he's a funny guy, but it wasn't really that. So I thought about it a bit, and I thought, okay, who is Casey? If you boil it down, who is Casey? This is Casey. He's Gandhi on the inside, Ferris Bueller on the outside. And I admire him for that. I really do. Like, I look at the way Casey handles situations and thinks about things, and I think if I had a little more thought about things the way Casey does and does things the way Casey does, I'd be a better person, sincerely. So, about his Gandhi side. So, he has amazing discipline and dedication to the environment, to teaching, to improving himself, to learning in general, and he's been consistent with that throughout his life. He thinks deeply about his life, about who he wants to be, about the kind of person he wants to be, about what a good person does. He thinks about what the right thing is, and he does what's right for him. And I think that's pretty impressive. I've seen a lot of people who have really strong held beliefs, and I'd say especially in the Bay Area, we live right next to Berkeley, and a lot of folks who have very strong held beliefs have a hard time kind of seeing other people's beliefs and really talking to other folks. And Casey's amazing at having very strong held beliefs, but being able to talk to other people and include other people and really be open to other ideas. So I think that's great. Now, as Ferris Bueller's side, He ran a marathon this morning, spontaneously. So I don't think we have to say any more about that. I think we just kind of prove it. Ferris Bueller side, it exists. But there's going to be plenty of other stories on that side, I think, so I'm not going to go into that. But really, I mean, what the Ferris Bueller Gandhi analogy really means is that Casey's he's grounded, he's confident, he's amazingly modest for what he has to offer people, and he's just plain fun to be around. So that's one of the things I think makes Casey special, and I try to spend as much time as I can with him, as well as I know a number of his friends do. Just one example of that is about 10 years ago, Casey had the summer off, and he was going to Spain, and he was looking for travel partners. And this is true, I literally quit my job to go travel with Casey. So, granted, I was a little more spontaneous at the time.
Was it worth it?
And I would say it was worth it. In fact, Megan, I know you're going to be going on a long honeymoon with him, and I'm sure you're really nervous about this, but it's probably going to go well. He's a good guy to travel with. I think you're going to be okay. So, yeah. So I mean, it was. I wouldn't quit my job to travel with most people, but Casey's just a very special person. I was very thrilled when we met Megan, because I think when I met her, and I know when I talk to other people, when people meet her, they just tell right away that she's something special. And I could tell very quickly, that Casey knew that she was something special, and that she was the one for him. So, and I've been very excited about having the chance here today to talk to a lot of people over lunch and other places, and I can see why Casey would be excited about meeting you and joining your family, because your family's been really amazing too. Everyone I've met is very consistent, very Megan-like, I would say. Your parents and aunts and uncles seem to have inherited something from you, because they're all very, very warm, friendly person. So, yeah, Megan's just warm, interesting, smart, just a good person all around. In fact, when we have Megan over to our house for parties, she's a better host than we are at our own parties. So I would like to raise our glasses in a toast to Casey and Megan. May they share lots of Ferris Bueller moments together and have a long and happy life together.
Ferris Bueller is a jerk who doesn't respect teachers' authority. I don't know what that was about. Back to Billy.